Hi guys, Matt Wilson here from Rope Dye. It's awesome to see you, and we're seeing many more of you as well. So that is really just fucking cool. We appreciate the support, we really do, and welcome back to another edition of the RopeDye.com video blog. Now, today we're going to continue our roll, and we're going to give you 5 fundamental ways to cuff your raw denim jeans. So, you have your new jeans. They fit you perfectly in the waist. At least they should fit you perfectly everywhere. If you've been following along with what I've been saying. They fit you perfectly in the waist, through the thigh, down to the knee. But what the hell is this now? You see, the trouble is, oh well, not the trouble, but the thing is, a lot of the higher end raw denim jeans, they come in a standard inseam size. And this inseam size is long. Chances are that you will have to shorten the length somewhat. There are 2 ways you can go about this. First is getting them hemmed. I'm going to go into this in detail sort of later down the line, but just a quick couple of words of warning. Use a pair of existing trousers that really nail the length you want. If they're unsanforized, just make sure that they're fully shrunk down before you have them hemmed. Even then, you might want to leave like an inch or so to take care of just any shrinkage that could happen like further down the line after the first wash. And even if they're sanforized, you might also want to leave them like a little bit longer. I've had sanforized jeans shrink a bit once or twice. So that's your first choice. Your second option that many of us denim heads just love is the cuffing. Now many of us actually won't admit this, so just let's keep it between you and I, right? You know the real reason denim heads love the cuff? We've just dropped a significant wad of cash on new jeans. We want to show the selvage. But yeah, let's get into the history of cuffing just a little bit. See, historically, jeans were actually also only manufactured in like one standard length. And the reason for this was twofold. Back in the days, all jeans were unsanforized and therefore they were shrunk to fit. Making only one length was also practical from like a manufacturing standpoint, it was simpler for the factory, and it was just better for the merchants too. Instead of having like a wide range of varying sizes of waist and length combinations, only the waist dimensions changed. And if there was no tailor at hand or they couldn't afford it, the miners and the cowboys would just roll up their jeans to the right length. Cuffing was born. Cuffing remained a popular and viable way of altering the length of jeans for 100 years. Cuffs were iconized. Cuffs were made iconic by Marlon Brando in The Wild One. He was wearing his Levi 501 jeans, and yeah, maybe the likes of James Dean. I think he was most often seen in Lee's. And yeah, then came along the 60s and 70s, brought along like weird fashion fits like flares, sanforization is standard, and shitty quality denim. But this shitty sanforized denim, it was stable and people could buy their inseam to ensure they were going to remain at the same length. Around this time, the selvage edge was on its way out. The narrow shuttle looms that create the selvage edge, they were being replaced by more modern looms that created like a wider fabric, but they also didn't self-lock the edge of the fabric. I mean, you could cuff your jeans, but you could also buy them in your right size, and you can no longer flash your selvage ID. And then we went into the denim dark ages. Don't use that, that's mine. For a couple of decades, this cheap denim was all that was readily available. Thankfully, those dark times are over, and we can again find beautiful selvage fabric and proudly fly the flag of quality denim by cuffing our jeans. Cuffing jeans is simple, but there are a few things to keep in mind and a few ways to do it. The first thing you should do is find out if your jeans are made from sanforized or unsanforized denim. If it's sanforized, then you can find the right length and cuff right away. Although at Rope Dye, we do wholeheartedly recommend that you do the initial soak. Even sanforized denim can shrink just a little bit, and this is just going to take care of that. If the denim is unsanforized, then there's no way around it. Soaking. Put the jeans into hot water and just shrink down the fabric. You'll see the blog from that somewhere here or here. Now, you're probably wondering, why is getting the shrink out of the fabric so important? Later on down the line, I can just change the cuffs, make them a little bit shorter. Well, actually, not really. First off, the length is important for the overall fit and look of the jeans. When it comes to cuffing, getting the length wrong can lead to unnecessary damage and just ill-fitting jeans. Just think about it. You cuff your unsandalized jeans to the perfect length, they're super happy for like 8 months until the first wash, and then your jeans are just 3 inches shorter. That's just, it's not cool. Finding the right length, this is not as easy as it sounds and requires a little bit of trial and error. So put the jeans on and adjust them to where you normally wear them on the waist. Fold the leg of the jean back in itself, revealing the selvage edge. Adjust it to the correct length for your inseam. And now jump up and down for a while. Just jump up and down to the spot. See where the jeans sit and just adjust them as necessary. A lot of guys will leave their jeans like an inch or so too long. This may look acceptable initially, maybe even kind of cool, but when the jeans start to settle and mold to your body, it's going to result in an ill-fitting pair of jeans. For example, the droopy knee bag kind of thing that's going on. It doesn't look good. Now, this is getting really geeky here, but you know, we like that. So choose your cuff length to match your shoes. Your choice of footwear, like what you normally wear, it can also have an impact on the length at which you cuff your jeans. If it's boots, Red Wings for example, if that's your thing, a good rule of thumb is to have like an inch off the floor when you're standing up straight. If you're more of the like Converse sneaker type, then 1/4 of an inch space between the floor and the hem was going to serve you pretty well. When you start wearing your jeans, your cuff jeans, day in, day out, the cuffs are going to set in and create like a prominent ridge. This happens remarkably quickly actually. And once this happens, you're not going to be able to alter the cuff without having like that telltale line showing up where you messed up in the length. Now you can see why it's so essential to just like getting this right straight off the bat. Okay, so you've got your length dialed in. Cool. Now it's time to decide on what kind of cuff you're going to be rocking for the foreseeable future. See, here at Rope Diet, we've actually got like 5 that we really love and that we all use most of the time. So first up is the straight fold back. It's the simplest and most pure form of the cuff. It's loved from cowboys to miners to bikers to everybody actually. Simply double the leg of your jean back in itself. It's that simple. Next up, you've got the multi-roll. The leg is rolled back into a thin cuff as many times as necessary to achieve the right length. See, avoid using this solution if there's like a great deal of fabric or a great deal of length that has to be taken up. The cuff can just end up looking more like a donut. It just doesn't sit very well, doesn't look very good. So next up we've got the inner roll. Some guys like this because of the clean look, and over time it's going to lead to like some totally unique fades. The only pain in the ass is that you're going to have to tuck it up and in every time you put your jeans on. It's pretty simple, it's just how it sounds. You just tuck the jeans into themselves. Unfortunately, this way you don't get to see the selvage edge. That's another drawback, maybe for some of you out there. I don't know. So next up, we've got like what used to be my personal favorite, and I know a lot of you guys out there absolutely love this as well. It kind of takes care of like that problem that cuffing creates, and also the problem that hemming creates. So hemming, you don't get to show off your beautiful selvage edge. With cuffing, you don't get to show off your beautiful chain stitch with like whatever amazing roping you've got going on. This takes care of both of these things. And it's a really simple one. Once you've done it once, then you never have to do it again. So you do a rather like high straight fold back, then roll it just once more and just have it sitting just under the chain stitch hem. And et voila, you've got like the right length of jeans. You don't have too high of a cuff, you can see the beautiful selvage edge, and you can also see the chain stitched hem. It's win. Perfect. Now last but not least is one that I've been using actually much more recently, and it's actually kind of replaced the double cuff with the exposed chain stitch as like my preferred way of cuffing. And it's the pin roll. This is one that I borrowed from the sneakerheads. And I've only just recently started to use it, but I absolutely love it. See, of late I've not been sticking to like one cuff. I kind of mix it up for the footwear I'm wearing that day. The benzaks are actually quite narrow down at the bottom, making them kind of tricky with some of my Red Wings. Sometimes I cuff, sometimes I double cuff, roll, pin roll, it's just whatever suits. But the pin roll seems to cover a variety of bases. It's good for trainers, it's good for shoes, it's good for mid-length boots, it's good for high lace-ups, it's just very practical. It's the added bonus also of being not so widely used in the world of selvage denim. I can't wait to see the fades that I'm just going to get through with all of these cuffings. It's also stopped the issue of the cuff setting in. Denim is totally undamaged at the hem. I'd say like normally by this time I'd be seeing some fraying with the more traditional methods. But okay, so how do we do this? It seems tricky at first, but you just need to practice a couple of times and it gets easy. I always start with a single small cuff, then I narrow down the leg opening by folding the inseam back in itself. And so while holding this, and this is where it kind of gets a little bit tricky, I roll the hem back on itself a couple of times. And there you have it, it's all locked in place and it stays in place as well. So yeah, the pin roll requires a little more effort because you have to do this each and every time you put the jeans on. But I find the versatility makes them well worth the extra effort. Finally, just to round this whole thing out, a word on the dangers of cuffing. So aside from the wear and tear the cuffed hemline goes through and the resulting damage, there are some physical consequences of cuffing your jeans which they simply can't be avoided. Now, first off, it's going to damage the denim. It's unavoidable. The folds where the jeans are cuffed, it gets a lot of abuse. It's going to wear down quickly and fray and rip. This is inevitable, I'm afraid. I mean, personally, I actually kind of like this. I find it just part of the breaking in process and part of the fades, but I know a lot of guys out there that really they don't like this at all. So, next up, well, the cuff is essentially just an open pocket that's right down at the floor. It's going to collect an incredible amount of dirt and grime. I mean, over the years, I've found rocks, sticks, coins, cigarette butts, one time a girl's phone number. Clean them out regularly, it could lead to a beautiful love story. It didn't for me. The biggest danger of all of this, and guys, I really want you to hear me on this because it's actually pretty important. It's not a danger to the jeans, but it's a danger to the wearer. Cuffs can and they do catch on things, and this is going to be essential to take into account for bikers or people working around heavy machinery. If you are, ask yourself, would you not be better served just to hem your jeans? At least if you are going to cuff them, make sure that they're like nicely tightly cuffed up and you don't have this like massive like 10-inch cuff. That's just going to catch some things easier, and I don't want to hear about any accidents. I want to take care of you. We have to take care of each other. So guys, there you have it. That's 5 of our favorite ways of cuffing your jeans, and I'm sure there's like a plethora of ways you can actually do it. Maybe there's ones that we've never even heard of, never even seen. We'd be really keen to like hear if you've like discovered something, or if there's something new, or if there's something you really feel that we missed out. Just tell us, drop us a line. Yeah, delighted to hear from you as always. So it's actually really cool to have seen this channel. It's not up to much. It's really, I don't know, we've got a couple of hundred. I think we're sitting at 198 people. I still think that's absolutely amazing. I think that's fantastic that you guys have subscribed to us and that you're interested in what we're doing and you share our passion for raw denim. We love this. It brings people together, it really does. If this video has brought you something, if you learned something, if you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you've hated it or we've missed out your favorite cuffing, give it a thumbs down, but just make sure and like let us know what method we missed out or like where we messed up. We're always wanting to learn. So guys, thank you very much again for tuning in. It's really good to see you, and I'll see you in the next vlog. You guys, you did get that, right? To roll, to continue your roll, to roll up your jeans. You have no sense of humor.